Now, I can do that as an Israeli Jew because, they'll arrest me for an hour. They're not going to put me in jail. They're not going to beat me up. They're not going to shoot me like they would a Palestinian.
How do Israeli soldiers behave during the house demolitions?
It's like you're going to be a carpenter. They sit in their jeeps or on the bulldozers, eating a sandwich, talking to each other. When it comes time to demolish, the driver says, okay, he puts his sandwich down, drives the bulldozer into the house, destroys the house, and they're all talking.
Mr. Halper, as the head of the Israeli Committee Against House Demolitions, can you explain its main goals and activities?
Settler colonialism intends to take over a country. Well, to do that, to make Palestine a Jewish state, you have to take the land and you have to displace the Palestinians. You can't leave them on the land. And so ethnic cleansing is a key element to the colonial process. And demolishing homes, of course, you have to get rid of the Palestinian homes, is a key part of that. We're talking about close to 500,000 homes and other buildings that have been destroyed intentionally by Israel. So our Committee Against House Demolitions, first of all, we resist demolitions on the ground. I mean, we can't resist Gaza, obviously.
Can you explain us how typical action on the ground looks like?
Every day Israel's demolishing as an everyday thing, not the massive demolitions of Gaza or the camps in the north of the West Bank. Every day Israel's demolishing 3, 4, 10, 20 homes in different parts of the occupied territory, or again, inside Israel. It happens there too to Palestinian citizens of Israel. And because Israel does not grant building permits to Palestinians, or why would it? I mean, if it wants them off the land, it wants their land, why would it allow them to build new homes? Well, you have children, your children have children. This is now 50-some years. This is like 2 generations. People have to live somewhere, and so you end up building a home for your son who got married, let's say, or another room to your house even, which is illegal, for your family that's growing. And you get a demolition order from the Israeli government, and there's nothing to do about it. You can appeal if you want to, but you're going to lose. And you never know when they're going to come to demolish. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next year. And the day comes. So if we can get there in time, it depends. If it's far away, we can't do that, obviously. But as much as we can, they call us, or our Palestinian contacts call us. We go out there and we confront the army. Now, I can do that as an Israeli Jew because, they'll arrest me for an hour. They're not going to put me in jail. They're not going to beat me up. They're not going to shoot me like they would a Palestinian. So I get in front of a bulldozer, and I resist, and we try to call journalists, and we really sort of resist. Now, we can't save that home, but if we can get enough attention going around it, maybe they come to demolish 10 homes. Well, they don't want attention. They want to do it in the dark, and so all the attention means that they'll retreat, and maybe we've saved 3, 4, 5 homes. So we do that, and then, of course, we tell the stories of the families and so on. And then, if the families are willing, we're willing to rebuild their homes, again, as political acts of resistance. So it's political and personal support for these families. I mean, these families, I can't begin to convey the trauma and the violence, especially on the kids, of having your home demolished. Your home is one of your most sacred spaces, for families, for people, and to have it demolished in such a violent kind of a way. So I think our rebuilding, or even our being there, is really important for these families, both on a personal level, but also on a political level. Here are Israeli Jews that are coming to express their political solidarity with the people.
How do Israeli soldiers behave during the house demolitions?
For them, they call it a job. It's work. I mean, they're completely disconnected. It's like you know, you're going to be a carpenter. They sit in their jeeps or on the bulldozers, eating a sandwich, talking to each other. When it comes time to demolish, the driver says, okay, he puts his sandwich down, drives the bulldozer into the house, destroys the house, you know, and they're all talking and so on. And then at the end of the day, you know, he takes his thermos of coffee, has a cup of coffee, and they all drive off to demolish the next house. There is no human compassion, no connection. I mean, the families are there. They're crying. They're yelling, of course, they're protesting. You know, how would you respond if someone came to demolish your home?
Tell me, how important are gatherings like this one in Sarajevo for Palestine?
My problem is, to tell you the truth, is that I'm political. I love human rights. International law is great. The International Criminal Court, the International Court of Justice, the United Nations, but they're completely ineffectual because the United States, with its veto power, will not allow any sanctions on Israel. International law is fine. The ICJ can convict Israel of genocide, but there's no enforcement. Israel knows there's no sanctions, and so it doesn't care. And so I would rather have tribunals like this that are more political, that try to mobilize people. I think these tribunals inform people, which is important, but we're lacking that political mobilization, and that's what's always missing from me, from these kinds of conferences.